today's Vinyasa Flow Yoga practice. We'll still have some time to go live. So till then, if you want to grab your mat, your carpet, if you want to get your blocks or a pillow, whatever that makes you comfortable for the next 30 minutes. Hope you can hear me clearly. If you can, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Alright, it's 5 o'clock and it's time for our practice. I welcome you all on behalf of Hoboken Public Library for today's Vinyasa Flow Yoga practice. As you all know, my name is Priya and I'm a Vinyasa Flow Yoga instructor. The library is closed, but they continue to offer great programs and events for all of us. So do check out their website hobokenlibrary.org or their Facebook page for more updates on the events. On that note, let's begin our practice by getting comfortable on our mats. If you have a block or a pillow handy, please have it under your sitting bones to allow your spine to nicely lengthen up, lifting yourself up from your sitting bones, getting the length in your spine, lifting the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Allow your legs to gently relax, the side of the knees gently hugging the mat or the carpet, allowing your pelvic floor to nicely open up for the practice. Roll your shoulders behind your back and down. And then get your palms at the heart center as we begin with one chant of Om. If you would like to hum it out, you can do it that way too. Take a big inhale. Om. Gently bow your head to your heart, bowing to your old self, bowing to the teacher within each one of us. Inhale and slowly lift your head back up. Gently open your eyes and bring your palms back onto your thighs. So today we are going to begin with a different flow. We are going to begin by lying on our backs. So sit up nice and tall and then slowly getting your arms forward and parallel to each other. Engaging your core, slowly going back onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Head should be the last thing that can come onto the mat. And then slowly get your hands by your sides. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Toes are firmly planted onto the mat. The knees are exactly above the ankle. And gather your shoulder blades behind your back to establish the natural lumbar curve in your back. Inhale and lift your right leg up and place the right ankle onto your left knee. Flex the right toes and with your right hand push that right knee away from your body. Noticing the stretch in your hip muscles, the hip girdle. And then slowly slide your hands in between your legs and grab hold the back of your thigh and slowly let the left leg come up. Flex both your feet and allow the toes to curl up towards your shin bones. With your right elbow, try to press your right knee away from your body, getting a deeper stretch in your inner thighs. In our Sukhi Randrasana pose, or eye of the needle, if you don't have any issues with your knees, you can grab hold of your shin bone and draw that shin bone a little closer towards your torso. Notice the stretch and allow your right hip to nicely open up. As you exhale, slowly bring the left leg towards the outside edge of your mat. Open your arms out in T at shoulder height. And as you exhale your next breath, slowly begin to draw both your knees towards the right side as you take your gaze onto the left fingertips, going into a reclining twist. So the right ankle on the left knee allows to go a little deeper in our twist, giving a nice massage to our internal organs, glands, muscles. And with your next inhale, slowly come back to the natural position. Lift your right leg up and grab hold of your right calf and slowly pull it towards your body. And then slowly begin to point your toes and flex them. Point and flex. One more time. Point and flex. We'll take a couple of ankle rotations here, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Maybe 3, 2, and 3. And let's take it in reverse direction. 1, 2, 3. Here, slowly get that leg back onto the mat. And let's lift the left leg up, placing the left ankle onto that right knee. With the left hand, slowly push that left knee away from your body. Remember to flex your toes. And then slowly begin to slide your fingers in through your legs. One goes between the leg and the right arm is outside of the right leg. Pulling that back side, the back thigh of the right leg in towards the chest. And with your left elbow, try to press that left knee away from your body. Going a little deeper here in your hip flexors. And if you are comfortable again with your knees, then grab hold of your shin bone and press it in towards your torso. Slowly as you exhale, bring the right foot on towards the outside of your longer side of the mat. Again, get your arms out open in T. Take a big inhale. Puff up your chest. And as you exhale, taking your gaze onto the right fingertips, get both your knees on towards the left side. Notice the stretch here in your entire side body, creating space into our intercostal muscles. Inhale and slowly come back to the neutral position. Lift your left leg up and draw that calf in towards the chest. And then slowly begin to point and flex your toes. Point and flex one more time. And then let's take some ankle rotations clockwise and anti-clockwise. Beautiful. Get that leg back onto the mat. Hug both your knees in towards the chest and roll from side to side, gently massaging the spine. And then get your hands behind your knees and rock back and forth until you can come onto your sitting bones. Get yourself onto the mat, onto a tabletop position where fingers are evenly spread onto the mat. Hands are exactly under the shoulders. Toes are curled behind. Knees are exactly under the hips. Walk your hands a little further away from where they are and lift your toes up and back in our first downward facing dog of our practice. Take your time to adjust your downward dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana as it is called in Sanskrit. So if you would like to pedal out your feet, please do it. And then press your fingers into the mat. Press those armpits up towards the top of your thigh bones to lengthen your spine. Sending that energy from your fingers up towards the base of the heart. And from the base of the heart, lengthen your spine and send it down into each heel, taking your heel down towards the mat. Inhale and walk your feet up towards the front, coming into our forward fold or Uttanasana. Making sure your feet are hip width apart, toes are nicely spread, micro bend in the knees, and the lower belly is gently rested onto the top of your thigh bones. Head is released towards the earth. Inhale and begin to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Take a stretch, take a back bend, exhale, join your palms and bring it back towards the heart center. Today we'll take 2 rounds of sun salutation, one on each side, left and right. So establish yourself well here in Tadasana. Make your foundation nice and strong. Root down through all 4 corners of your feet as you lift yourself up. Inhale and begin to lift your arms up. Take a stretch, take a back bend, and as you exhale, keeping your back nice and flat, forward fold or Uttanasana. Fingertips are rested onto the mat. Inhale, keeping your fingers either onto the mat or on your shin bones. Lift your heart halfway up while pushing your buttocks behind. Exhale, plant your fingers on either side of the left foot and the right leg goes back into a low lunge. Toes and fingers are in one line. Back heel pointing towards the back side. Lift up the back hamstring up, sending equal energy into each foot. And slowly begin to take the left leg behind into a plank or Phalakasana. Engage your core. And as you exhale, bring your knees, chest and chin down towards the mat as you continue to hug your elbows towards the midline. Inhale, slide through and allow your heart to gently come up for our baby cobra. First gentle back bend of our practice. Exhale, curl your toes behind and lift yourself up in downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the right leg forward in a low lunge. Left leg comes forward, forward fold. Inhale and begin to raise your arm up towards the sky. Exhale, join your palms and bring it back towards the heart center. So this was 1 round of sun salutation. We'll take 1 more round. Let's begin here at the heart center. Inhale and sweep your arms up over your head. Take a stretch, Take a back bend. And as you exhale, forward fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, keeping the fingertips onto the mat. Lift your heart halfway up. Exhale, plant both your hands on either side of the right foot. Left leg goes back into a low lunge. Right leg goes back into a plank or Phalakasana. Make sure that the elbow creases are facing each other. Fingers are evenly spaced out. Lift your hamstrings, your calves up and push your heels towards the back of the mat. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, knees, chest, chin or Chaturanga. Inhale, slide through for a cobra. And as you exhale, find your downward dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your next inhale, bring the left leg forward into a low lunge. Right leg comes forward, forward fold. Inhale and begin to sweep your arms up. Exhale, join your palms and bring it back towards the heart center. Looks like there's some problem with the music today. All right. Anyways, so we were here in Tadasana. Again, take a couple of breaths to come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Inhale and begin to sweep your arms up over your head. And as you exhale, begin to sink your hips lower, coming into our awkward chair or Utkatasana. Pushing your hips behind, broadening your buttock bones. Your weight might transfer onto your heels. Draw your belly in and up. And at the same time, taking your tailbone down towards the earth. Beautiful. It's a fierce pose. And then slowly bring your hands as you exhale towards the heart center and begin to come onto your tippy toes. Going a little deeper in your chair or Utkatasana, a little variation. Keeping your heart lifted up. Beautiful. Slowly take your heels back onto the mat. Lift your right leg up and place the right ankle onto that left knee. Again, coming into our figure 4, the first pose which we practiced today. Taking the right knee away from your body. Figure 4 in chair pose. Notice how the toes of the right foot are flexed. Keeping the length in the side body. Inhale, slowly straighten that left leg. Making our way into our warrior 3. Virabhadrasana 3. Sending that right leg behind you. Allowing the toes and the knee to point down towards the mat. You can continue to keep your hands here at the heart center. And then slowly coming up, bending that right knee, holding the outer edge of your right foot, making your way into our baby dancer or Natarajasana. Looks like I'm out of balance today. Ooh. Focusing your attention onto your breath. I feel right here. And don't feel like going any deeper today. Slowly releasing your back leg, back foot to make it parallel to the shorter edge. Making your way into our warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. Pressing your feet into the mat. At the same time, hugging your legs in towards your midline, making that back thigh nice and strong. Draw your belly in. Reach out in both the directions. Inhale. We are going to take a flow here. And as you exhale, slowly begin to transfer your weight onto that right leg, coming into a side lunge or Skandasana. If this is something difficult at this point, you can get your hands onto the mat and simply allow your hips to sink. Inhale. Slowly make your way back into your warrior. Exhale. One more time, Skandasana. Back to our warrior. And one last time as you exhale, making your way into our side lunge. Inhale, slowly lift yourself up. And then you can cartwheel your hands down to frame that left foot. Left foot can go back into a plank. And time for our vinyasa. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, coming down in one line. Allow your belly to rest. Get your hands on either side of your chest. Press the top of your feet into the mat. As you inhale, slowly come up in Bhujangasana. Exhale. Slowly bring your forehead back onto the mat. Curl your toes behind and lift yourself up in downward facing dog. Take 3-4 breaths here. In through your nose and let it out through your mouth. On your next inhale, begin to walk your feet again up towards the front, coming into our forward fold or Uttanasana. Inhale and begin to raise your arms up. Take a stretch, take a back bend, exhale, join your palms and bring it back towards the heart center. We are going to take the same poses again on this side, on the left side. Again, establish your Tadasana or the mountain pose, nice and strong. Root down your feet so that you can rise up. Get your hands at the heart center. And as you inhale, begin to lift your arms up. As you exhale, allow your hips to sink down towards the ground. Keeping your shoulders, framing your ears, pushing your hips behind. As you exhale, bring your hands to the heart center and slowly begin to come onto your tippy toes. Going a little deeper in your chair. Keep breathing. And then slowly bring that heels back onto the mat, lifting your left leg up, placing the left ankle onto that right knee, and finding your chair here in figure 4. Inhale, slowly begin to straighten your right leg and send your left leg behind, making our way into our warrior 3. The toes and the knee of the left leg are pointing down towards the mat. Hands either stay here or in airplane mode. Slowly making our way into Lord of Dance pose, that is Natarajasana. Bending that left knee, holding the outside corner of the left foot, making that right leg nice and strong. Keep hugging both the legs towards each other. Baby dancer or Natarajasana. Slowly getting into our warrior 2. by planting that left foot to make it parallel to the shoulder edge. Open your heart up. And send that energy from the core of your pelvis out in each direction. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, slowly making our way into our Skandasana or the side lunge. Again, if this is difficult, get your hands. Warrior 2 as you inhale, and as you exhale, back to our side lunge or Skandasana. One last time. Allow your breath to move freely through your body. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale your breath, windmill your arms down to frame that right foot. Right foot goes back into a plank, and as you exhale, time for our vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, hips are lifted up. As you inhale, slide through for a cobra. Curl your toes, exhale, and downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take 3 full breaths here to catch to your breath, and then slowly lower your knees down and come to a kneeling position where the inner thighs with the inner knees are touching each other. The toes are pointing straight towards the back wall, and hands are gently placed onto our knees, making sure that the thigh bones are nice and parallel. If this is something difficult, because sometimes people have problem with their ankles, sometimes there is tightness, you can also take a block and place it in between your ankles and allow your buttocks to rest onto the block. You can also take a folded blanket and place it in between your legs and notice the difference. Sometimes the knees are also very tight, so for that you can roll a towel and you can place the towel here behind your knees. That also helps you take away tension from the knees. Vajrasana or thunderbolt pose. This pose is great after you have a meal, improves the digestion, and then moving on with our Vajrasana, a little extension of our thunderbolt pose is Virasana, hero's pose. So for that also you can take a block. So we are going to continue with our inner knees touching each other, but now we are going to spread our legs a little wider than our hips. And slowly as you exhale, begin to sink your hips down. But before getting your hips down, get the flesh from your calf muscles away, and then allow your sitting bones to come onto the mat. So at this point of time, my hips are in the space between my ankles. Keeping your spine nice and long. Placing your palms onto the knees in Virasana or hero's pose. Allow your heart to puff out. Allow the radiance of your heart to come out in this warrior or hero pose. And then slowly get your legs outstretched in front. Again, if you find that getting your hips onto the mat is difficult in hero's pose, you can also take the help of the block. So now, as of now, swing your legs forward in front of you. Spread your toes nice and wide. Glue your legs into the mat. So push your hamstrings, your calves and heels into the mat as you lift your spine up. Taking your fingertips by your hips, pushing them into the earth and lifting yourself a little more higher from the ground below. Dandasana or staff pose. And then slowly as you inhale, lift both your arms up. Relax your shoulders. And as you exhale your breath, begin to bow forward from your hips. You can hold on to your toes or your ankles, wherever you are today. Taking your head a little deeper towards your lower body with each out breath. Making sure that your ears are going, your shoulders are going away from your ears. Inhale and begin to lift yourself up again. Get your hands back onto the mat. And let's crisscross our legs one more time in Sukhasana, or a comfortable cross-legged position. It could be this, it could be Vajrasana for you guys if you would like to try one more time. And as we come towards the end of our practice, we'll end at one chant of Om. So bring in your palms together at the heart center. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Allow your thumbs to touch the sternum. Take a big inhale. Gently bow your head to your heart in gratitude for the gift of this life today. Namaste. Thanks for joining, and hope you will join me again next week, same time at 5 o'clock here on Hoboken Library's Facebook page. Until then, take good care of yourself. Namaste.